We want to take 12 to 15 minutes of time today just to explain a little bit more about the cause you support in today, which is Educate for Life. So I'm going to hand over to two of the gentlemen who are actually the co-founders of this amazing organisation, who are going to tell you a little bit more about it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Akshay and this is Ed. And it's, thanks for coming everyone, it's so great to see so many of you here. I think before we start anything else, I just want to say a really, really big thank you to a few people. To Hinafoy, I'm not sure where you are, but hello, and also to Jazz and Shivani, and my dad, Shailesh, and to Rakesh Uncle for hosting this and making this evening possible. I just want to take just a few minutes of your time to tell you a little bit about this school that we've been working on. It's called Unnago. It's something that Ed and I, we met when we were still at university. We were 19 years old and we met at university, and both of us had this dream that we wanted to go to India and we wanted to build a school in the rural area. And it was really fortunate because we both met each other in the first year, and it's been a life-changing thing. We talked about kind of going to India and building a school for a few years, and then in 2005 we got really serious. We registered a charity. 2006 we went to India and we found somewhere where we could build this school. In 2007 we built it, in September it opened. And since then we've been involved every single day. And it's been a real fantastic journey and a real privilege. The place that we work in, and the place where we built the school, is in southern Rajasthan. It's in a village called Bakhel. And I don't know if you guys know the area around Mount Abu, but it's a tribal area, and it's a tribal belt. It's very, very isolated. But it's also incredibly beautiful. So you can see from these pictures, it's just a fabulous place. It's culturally rich, the people are warm, they're welcoming, it's vibrant, and there's so much that we have learnt from working with these people. It's been a real privilege. But as much as it's an amazing area, it's also an area where there's a lot of deprivation. And perhaps to illustrate that, these are figures from the whole of rural Rajasthan. And this particular sort of slide just shows that half of children that have spent a year in school in Rajasthan, at the end of that, cannot recognise a single letter in any language. Okay, so that's the kind of level of need that we're talking about. And our own survey, which we did in the community last year, we found that when we went to 102 households in the area, and really sadly we found that of those 102 households, 16 households had experienced the death of a child under 10 years old in the last year. That's not even in their lifetimes, that's in the last year. So those are the sorts of, this is the area that we're working in. So what we've done is build what we think is a really fantastic school place. It's called Unnago, which means skills home. And through it we hope to give a really great education to the children, but also to give them a lot more than that, some skills, and a really nourishing environment. So there are 132 children that come now. We started with 60, and they come every day, and they play, and they learn. And we started with kindergarten and class 1, we're now up to class 5, and that will continue to expand year on year as the children get older. They get a nourishing meal, probably for the first time in their lives every day, and they get teachers who care for them and look after them. And these are some of the pictures of the teachers. Most of these people are from the community themselves. They come from a similar background, they have similar educational backgrounds themselves. And sort of going through this journey with them developing their capacity to teach and to learn, and to be able to teach other people has been one of the most fabulous things and one of the greatest successes of the whole thing. It's been a real pleasure, and I think it's really, really important to emphasise that without these guys doing what they do every single day, we would not be standing here today. Just to sort of tell you a little bit about what makes Unnago more than just a school. We do loads of trips with the kids. We do loads of things that bring learning to life, we think. So this is a video of children recording some local village songs in their own language. They went to Udaipur city to the local radio station there, and they broadcast their own songs, which I think is just a fantastic thing. Similarly with maths classes, we've taken them to banks, they've been zoo trips, they've learned how to open their own bank accounts. And there's one more person that should really be standing with us here today, and his name's Vivek. He joined us last year, and he has a similar vision. He's a fantastic guy, and he's really one of the 3 people that makes all of this happen. He lives in India, he works on this on a day-to-day basis, and he's really driven things forwards over the last year, so we just wanted to mention him. To give you an example of the kinds of things that he's been involved in, in the last year, he's been developing this concept of a democratic school, a school in which children have more of a choice over what they learn and how they learn, but also more responsibility for the things they learn. So they've been developing their own rules, they've been developing class councils and school councils and things. Like really fantastic stuff that Vivek has been involved with.
So Ash has told you a lot about where we've been, where we've come from, and he's told you about the education. But it's always been our vision to have a school which is more than just about education, but something which really interacts and works with the local community. So as well as doing education, we also do a lot of community work and we also do a lot of health work, and this has really picked up in the last 12 months. So the first thing we did was to start 2 women's groups, which has created a new forum for people in the community, particularly women, to come together and discuss the issues which are important to them. And also by talking more about women and what women do in the community, then it highlights women in the community, the roles and the value which they bring to our society, which is starting to make little changes which contribute to a big change in how women are perceived in the community. In addition to that, we did the survey, which Ash has already mentioned. Here are a few more of our results. So just continuing to highlight some of the problems which are facing the community. It's very much our belief that unless we know what's going on, then we can't know what to do about it. So in response to understanding the poor health, then we started a once-a-month mobile clinic, which is now twice a month because it's been very successful. And this is the first time that people in the community have had access to a high-quality healthcare on a regular basis, which has made a fantastic change to how we're able to access healthcare. And then also we're very pleased in that we have now a female doctor who comes regularly, which is great for the women too. In addition to that, we have started a trust which is called Halvanau. Halvanau means make good in local language. And the trustees of this trust, they're all from the local community themselves. So it means that there's a new level of ownership in the development activities which go on in the community. Things to come, we're going to go from being a primary school, which we are now, and as of next June, will be a secondary school. This is a big undertaking. Running a secondary school is certainly quite different from running a primary school, but it's something which we really want to take on to continue our commitment to high quality education in the area. We also just recently started digging a well a few months ago, and we struck water at the beginning of January. This has been a massive achievement for us in a very drought-stricken area. And we're going to use this to start organic farming at Hooniga. All of our children come from subsistence farming communities and from families. So by having farming in the school, then not only do the children learn things which are then directly useful to their parents and their families when they leave school in the afternoon, but actually, because they're not coming from literate families, it's a much easier way for them to engage in the learning situation at school. And then, perhaps most excitingly, Hooniga is going to go outside its own borders. We are going to team up with 4 or 5 local schools, and we're going to help them with teacher training, with ongoing support, and with classroom resources, so that more children in the local area can have a better education. And we're doing this in partnership with the government. Just this week, we spoke to the head of the education in the area, and he's really excited about Hooniga and forthcoming activities, so that rather than doing our own thing, we can work to support the work which has already been done by the government in education. Now, it goes without saying that none of this would be possible without you. Ash has already highlighted the fantastic work which our team in India do, and there's really the support of people in this room who have enabled us to do everything which we've just shared with you. There's a lot of people here who've done a huge amount already, and we would really like it if a few more people this evening would like to participate in what it is which we're doing. So as you came in the door, you would have been given a leaflet, and on the back of that there is a bit of information about 4 ways you can become involved. There's other ones on your table as well. So the first thing is, it's awkward to say, but it's donations. We would really appreciate it if people here would consider giving us some kind of financial contribution this evening, preferably on an ongoing basis. It's not very much. It's £2.89 per person in the room tonight. So the price of 1 drink per month would be enough if everyone did it to pay for everything which we need to educate 100 children in our school. So that means the teacher, that means their uniforms, that means the food which we have, and it means all their learning resources. So I think that would be something which is really good. If you would rather not do that, but also just by helping us out. We've had a lot of people in the past who've helped us, like Hina Foy, for example, getting this evening running for us. It makes a huge impact. And the same one last year. So if you're an accountant, then you can help us with our accounts. If you do web development, then help us with our website. Whatever it is you do, I'm sure there's a home for it in Hoonigar. And Educate for Life. And finally, something which definitely everybody here can do tonight, is just simply tell people about us. Everything we've done over the last 5 years has been through word of mouth. So please help us continue to let more people who are interested in what we're doing and are interested in this kind of work find out about us so that they have the opportunity to work with us and we with them. So, just finally, thank you very much for giving us a few moments to share with you what we have done. We would love to speak to everyone about this afterwards, so please come up to us and talk to us about this. And enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you very much.